you're the one who barged into my home and laid waste to my projects. How nice to meet you. So you come here, kill my... Are you Well, then you won't be leaving here at all. So you're the one who How nice to meet you. So you're just one of... How dare!
I don't want to see you treating any of the... Well, well. And you seem to be... Thank you. I'll look the... Night of Tears, eh? Did you read it And here. I suppose you've earned these. Mm-hmm.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic. You consider restoration a valid school of magic, worthy of study, don't you? Don't you? Good. Not that I require validation, of course. It can make life difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize. I'll gladly share my knowledge with you.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
Please don't. If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job. Well, Varalda, Finnis is one of the best conjurers in all of Skyrim. Don't let Tolfdir fool you. If you can find... And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic.
It's always encouraging to see the... Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery? Is that the one about something buried beneath? I'll have to make a point of... I just can't seem to tear myself away. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the motto. The college will be here for you no matter what. We always look after our own. Eliad, Dwemer, Daedric, even Thalmor. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I'm...
No,
It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go. Really? Well, allow me to clarify this. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming... More importantly, so we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants. Technically, that is true, but I still report to the old Merridom. Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
I said let's go, now.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job. Day-to-day operation.
I said let's go, now. Huh?
Please do not be alarmed.
What you learn here will last
you
a
no
lifetime.
harm.
Several.
It is good to meet you in person. I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically... My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving. I'm all too aware that my arrival... Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. I presume you refer to Onkano's distaste for the Psijic Order. The Tholmor see our Order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm. As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immense. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here... Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided. Unfortunately, the future is as obscure to us. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order. His perception may be more coherent than ours. He was once a student here at the college. Now he is... something different. I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your... I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help. But this conversation... Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide... It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry. Were you about to say something?
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Sijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow. Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed. Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject. Now,
Well,
if you'll excuse me...
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly, I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this. I'm not sure what just happened.
If you have a moment, could you help me with something?
It's always Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the Midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you? Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful. Well, I suppose he wouldn't mind. It was all before my time, you understand. I've heard the stories, the same as anyone else. He was a brilliant student, an accomplished wizard, delved into magic in a way none had seen before. But I think he became too focused on just how much power he could acquire. That's what led to the accident. All right, then.
I still need some help, if you can spare the time. I'd better get going.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointment. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter. I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. Indeed. And so you have come looking, though you do not know why. Like others before you, you blindly follow a path to your own destruction. The Thalmor came seeking answers as well, unaware they will be his undoing. Your path now follows his, though you will arrive too late. The one who calls himself Ancano. He seeks information about the Eye, but what he will find shall be quite different. His path will cross yours in time, but first you must find that which you need. You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your Archmage.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off-limits.
It's no secret that the college's reputation... Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry. Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned... I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proved... This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now. I hope Mirabelle is helpful in locating the staff.
Please don't bother the ar- Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it, though I'm not sure. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when they were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a... Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to... I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me... uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power. No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mazulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative.
Be careful. You're not afraid, just take a look. All right, then.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
Crystal. Gone. Find Paratus. Inoculary.
Gavros, is that you? I'd almost given up hope. Let me get the door. What the? What are you doing here? What have you done with Gavros? It was the Falmer, wasn't it? Curse them! They've ruined everything. If Gavros is gone, there is no hope. He was supposed to And you, if you're here for treasure, or wisdom, or anything. It didn't work the first time. I tried to tell Gavros, but he wouldn't listen. No, it won't be too cold. Well, I was right, wasn't I? Focus completely wrong by the time we got here. The cold had warped it. Gavros had to cart it all the way back to Cyrodiil. Left the rest of us here to fend off the damnable Falmer. You found... That's it? That's it! I don't... In fact, who are you anyway? You are... Savos wouldn't even grant us an audience when we came to you. But now... I don't much like this, I'll tell you. Come on. No matter what Gavros said, this was my idea first. The Council is going to know that when I get back. I was the one who thought of this oculory. I don't know what the dwarves called it. Something unpronounceable, I'm sure. From all our research, it seems they were intent on discerning the nature of the vine. This machinery, all of it, was designed to collect starlight, and then, I'm not sure, split it somehow? It was my idea to replace one of the key elements with our focusing crystal. Months of enchantments went into it. Let's just hope they got it right this time. Magnificent, isn't it? Took an incredible amount of work to get it running again. Now I'm hoping it'll all be worth it. Place the crystal in the central apparatus, and we can start the process for focusing it. Results. They're not at all what they should be. This projection should be lit up like the night sky. Something is creating an incredible amount of interference. Something in Winterhold, it looks like. What are you playing at? Is this some attempt to stall my work? So what is it? What have you done? Did you know what we were attempting? Are you here to make sure your plan worked? That our efforts have been for nothing? Well, explain yourself. Go wrong? Everything is wrong. Everything. Whatever you have of that, how did you do it? But it must be something you're doing. There's no other You have something at your college, don't you? Something immensely powerful. Well, I suppose if that means... Well... That's interesting. Yes, the staff. Interesting. I can't explain the details. That would be giving away many secrets the Synod have learned over the years. Also, I doubt you'd be able to comprehend the details. Have you seen the orrery in the Imperial City? It was the inspiration for this idea. Instead of projecting the sky, we project all of Tamriel, and then harness the latent energies to overlay the positions of... What's important is that all of this work was designed to reveal to us sources of great magical power. Purely to help safeguard the Empire, of course. And yet, in the end, only 2 locations have been revealed to us. One is your college. The other, well, that can only be labyrinthian. So, mage from Winterhold, Despite your intentions, I've beaten your little game. Even if all you've said here is lies, I know you have something in Winterhold the Synod Council will be very interested in. So fine. Trudge off to Labyrinthian in search of your staff. I shall return to Cyrodiil and deliver my full report to the Council. This is not over, I assure you. Well, I mean, yes. Certainly it is. The Council will be informed of this. Emma, I think I've discovered more here than I could. Your trickery won't confuse me.
I think we're done here.
You have done well thus far, but trying times are ahead. It is imperative that you return to your college at once. You will be called on to take swift action, rise to the challenge, and discover what you are capable of. You are on the right path, and you will prevail.
Won't get away with it. On Kano, he's in there doing something. Don't know what. I will have his head. Help take this down, will you? We're throwing everything we... Don't care what it is. I want it down now. I want to know what he's doing in there. Now's not the time. We need to put a stop to whatever it is that's going on. What he's doing. And Kano, stop this at once. I command you.
Don't go near him. Are you all right? Can you walk? I need you on your feet. We're in trouble here. Ankano is doing something with that thing, the eye. I haven't seen Savo since the explosion. He must have been blown clear, and I need you to find the Archmage, and I need you to do it quickly. Get moving. I'll be fine. I just need a minute to catch my breath. Find Savos.
Did this.
What's happened? Are you all right? What happened in there? Is he responsible for this? There's more. Something's happened to Winterhold. It must be what... Quickly now, quickly. I'll find Mirabelle and see if we can't put a stop to this. Are you all right? What happened in there? I can hardly... But there's no time. I'll do what I can here. Go now, go.
I'm going to find whoever did this. You can see me? Confound it all, I was quite sure I was invisible. Or at least transparent. All right, then.
Careful with that.
Well, this certainly won't help our image.
Well, is ev- Wish I could say the same for us. Tolfdir and I can try and keep this contained. You need to get your hands on the Staff of Magnus, now. What? Are you... That can't be a coincidence. The Archmage... He told me it was from Labyrinthian and that I would know what to do with it when the time came. I think you should take this amulet. Take it and get out of here. Bring back that staff before Onkano brings the whole college down around us.